everyone, and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the last chance qualifying of the 7th race of the winter season. We have 14 karts lined up today for this. These are the people who finished in the back 10 of their respective heat races, and they're going to be competing to try to fit into the top 4 of this race to make it into the final. We got a 20-minute race ahead of us, and so what's most important is what are the names that we have in the last chance qualifying here.
All right, so starting our top 4, starting off on the front row, we have Isabel and Manny in the front row, followed by Colin and Baron. Those are our top 4. And 5th and 6th in the hunt are William Frazier and Scott. Scott, the Rainmeister. It was supposed to rain today, but as you can see, it's kind of sunny. He was nerfed. Take it away.
Yep, so as they line up around the front straight, they're going 2 by 2 for their rolling start. I'm going to pan over to the flag. It looks like they're getting ready to go, and flags already waved, and they're waved. And we're not seeing people break out to get into that 3-wide action yet as they dive into roller coaster. We're going to see if people are going to be smart on their as they go into here. I don't hear any incidents. I don't see any incidents. No one spun out and crashed into the barrier yet. Around double apex they go, still keeping it clean. Looks like the leader is running away with it, with Manny following closely behind. And then in 3rd and 4th, 5th, that's where things start getting more chaotic as we see the cluster going through light bulb and into top of the world. Around that apex they go, just trying to keep it as clean as possible, not make any early race-ending mistakes. Although even if they did, they have 20 minutes to try to recover, but it's the top 4 that you need to finish in.
In all that chaos, Scott stole 4th place, and then he just passed Colin for 3rd. So we have Scott in 3rd. Contested Colin's on the outside. Oh no! It looks like he's in danger of losing 4th. He does lose 4th place into turn 5, going through turn 4.
He's stuck on the inside, which means he does have that early advantage, but being on the inside, you're not going to have as much momentum going out into the back straight, so he's just going to be losing more and more positions. Colin's plummeting.
Oh no! Wrong place, wrong time. And he gets spun! Oh! But he gets corrected. So, unfortunate race for Colin, but moving back to our top 4, update on the top 4 really quick is Isabel, Manny, Scott, and Baron. That's our current top 4. In 5th? That's a good question. Let's pull up that timing sheet to see who's in 5th. It appears to be Kevin in 5th. As in case we were using a new timing screen setup, we don't need to have it on screen all the time. That's some of the feedback we've got. So if you have any constructive feedback, please comment below.
Yep, that feedback is what we need to keep going. Helps us keep things better, keeps the broadcast better. But also what makes things better is if you press that big red button and subscribe, so that way you're updated when these new races come out.
Be sure to hit the bell notification too, so you get really updated. Entering roller coaster now, but we have side-by-side action for 4th place. Baron on the inside, Kevin on the outside, and nothing comes out of it. They keep it clean. But every time they go side by side into a turn like that, that just lets whoever's behind catch up to them. In this case, that's Drew wanting to turn it into a 3-way battle for 4th place as the wind really starts picking up.
Yeah, there's not much aerodynamics on these karts, so it shouldn't affect them too much, but it could affect them, especially in the draft.
Oh, yes.
So with the headwind like this, the back straight's going to be very important if you have that draft advantage to get that overtake into turn 3.
I can safely say, when you're in one of the karts and you have a headwind, you can really feel it. So it does have an impact down these front and back straights. Yep, the wind is going to give you... Oh! Somebody dipped a tire off, but he gets back on.
Yeah, and we can already see that coming into fruition as we're seeing 2 wide going into turn 3 from the advantage of that draft. We effectively have a draft train going on here.
Yeah, Baron actually dropped back. No, that's not Visan. Kevin took 4th place away, and Baron lost another position to Drew.
Yeah, getting overtaken can really slow you down because you're just compromised on the next few corners, and it takes a while to get back into it.
We're using a different audio setup today, so I can't actually hear what Steven's saying.
Yeah, especially on a windy day like this.
It's pretty windy. But yeah, our top 4, as of now, I could just pull it up since the race is kind of starting to level out. We've got Isabel, Manny, Scott, and Kevin in 4. That's our top 4. Angelo found his way into 5th. And, oh, that was Angelo, not Drew, that passed. So, name correction, my bad. All right. Going into turn
We got
5,
some
we see a
tight racing,
wobble.
too wide.
That's Preston on the inside of Baran. Baran's fighting back to the inside. It's going to be a battle of who gets the better exit. Preston gets a great exit down the back straight.
He's able to
on
cut
the inside.
back to the inside.
Past Baran, and he makes the move before turn 3.
Now, is he able to complete it? Baran might be able to do an undercut,
The move
but
was completed before turn 3. Preston made a pass on Baran. Baran's just starting to fall back. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has that straight line speed in order to compete right now.
All right, look, we got a train for 4th place. That's Kevin, Angelo, and Randy.
We got
Randy's
some 2x2
back.
going into roller coaster.
So yeah, the wind is all. Oh boy. Sorry about that. The wind blew so hard that it blew Steven's hat right off.
Yep.
It's okay. Now I'm wearing his hat. Yeah, I'm wearing 2 hats.
Yep. Double-headed man over in the tent right now. I'm just holding down the tarp.
Oh yeah. I rock strapped the tarp down, but definitely I'll hold it down over here too. Okay.
Yeah, wind is really picking up, but now it dies just down as the sun pierces through the clouds, and just as these racers are piercing by each other, on this tight race through turns 5 and 4 they go.
The wind is
Hitting
also
both those
blowing dust
apexes going onto
track.
the back straight, and it's unfortunate that the wind dies down right now because this is just when you want the draft, but if there's no wind here,
Speaking
the
of
draft isn't
draft,
as important.
Preston making an ambitious move, dive bombing to turn 3, but it doesn't quite make it. You have to be a little closer than that to make a move like that stick. Our top 4 has not changed. We still have Isabel, Manny, Scott, and Kevin. That is our current top 4. Randy got by Angelo, so Randy's in 5th. He's gone into the top 4. A little side story, Randy has missed the past few races because he was too busy racing at other locations, and he's back here. So welcome back. His local championship here is kind of gone because he's missed so many races here, but he can still race just for the sake of racing.
Yeah, he does get 1 dropped race, but he doesn't get any more than that.
Hey, look, I think Kevin dropped back. If I'm looking at the race suits correctly, Randy, yeah, I'm pretty sure Randy took 4th place beneath my nose as I was probably talking about him. As the timing sheet's updated, I'll get those back up on
Randy
screen.
wants to get into that final. That's where you can get the most points to get back into the championship.
That's 4th, and yep, in 4th, top 4, we see Isabel, Manny, Scott, and Randy. And now it's Kevin, Angelo, and Drew. And Preston that all really want that 4th place spot. So we have a 5-way train for 4th place. Let's see how this pans out.
Randy's going to be on that charge to try to catch up to 3rd place. These are only going to be for like 21st through 24th place in the final, but every position counts.
The wind keeps picking up and dying back down. I've got one hand on the... We almost lost the canopy. Between races, we may need to take this canopy down.
Yeah, seems like it. Hopefully the rain doesn't decide to come down as soon
Yeah,
as
if
we do
the
that.
rain comes down with this wind, that would be unfortunate. I got the canopy. You could get back on the camera.
In order to preserve battery and to try to get the tarp more secure, I think we should probably cut it here, and then we'll be back before the end of the race.
Sounds good. See you in the final.
Hello, everyone, and after that brief intermission, our top 4 finishers were Isabel,
Manny, Scott, and Randy in that order. So
and Randy in that
nothing
order.
changed.
So they're finishing in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We also took down the tarp, so we're praying that there's no rain. And the wind is still picking up very heavily. It's going to create a huge draft opportunity in the back straight for this final as all these 24 karts go out there and start gridding up. We got another 20-minute race. The top 3 will determine who's going to be on the podium, of course. And as for championship points, we have some interesting people on the front row.
Yeah, we got Spencer and Thomas on the front row, followed by Sebastian and Davidson. And the 3rd row is Paulo and Steven Barrett. And that's all the names I'll get you for now. Take it away as they come down the front straight.
Yeah, coming down the first straight, wind on their backs, wind almost toppling me over, to be honest. And this green flag is going to be extra wavy as it's raised, and the flag's waved, and they're away. The 24 karts rumbling by. The race starting. It looks like they're going to maintain their 2x2 by however many as they go into roller coaster. It looks like they're mostly coming out cleanly. I don't hear any signs of contact. I don't see any signs of contact. Through double apex they go. This whole swarm of karts going through. People jostling for whatever positions they can get. It's a whole battle out there. Someone goes off the track into the grass, and they're going to rejoin the track. On the apex, it looks like of light bulb, and there's no impact there. Might be an unsafe rejoin through there. Top of the world is most of the pack already. They've fallen down quite a bit of positions after taking that little bit of a shortcut there, and our lead is now into a train.
Yep, and in this train, here we go. We got Thomas, Spencer, Davidson, Paulo. That's our top four. In fifth is Stephen Barrett. Sixth is Todd Hutchings. Really hard to tell from this distance. That might be Todd in seventh. As they come by the finish line and the standings update, we'll get more accurate standings. But just from my eyeballs and glasses, that's who.
And our epic zoom.
It's Seb in sixth, and Todd in seventh, Sergey in eighth, Ryan in ninth, and Alex in 10th. As they come down the front straight, William
Zooming
Yee
by,
past
the
Alex
leaders
for
go.
10th.
Looks like we have two wide going into roller coaster. Is that going to be a clean overtake? It is going to be a textbook overtake. Not sure who they were, but I see it.
Paulo just
Good
got
job.
eaten. What was that?
Wait, Paulo was eaten?
Yeah, Paulo lost 2 positions. Oh, light bulb. They keep it clean. That was too wide through light bulb. How do they do it?
They're still too wide going through top of the world. Is that
Yeah.
Todd on the inside of Paulo who got that overtake on Paulo?
That is Todd on the inside of Paulo who got that overtake on Paulo. Way to go, Todd.
Way to go, Todd. And our leaders, it looks like it's
Thomas followed
Thomas
by
leading
Spencer.
Davidson. Another race in which Thomas is in the lead, and it's Davidson behind. Paulo is getting eaten up back there, so maybe this is Thomas's race to win, as much as I don't want to jinx it.
Paulo is in 7th place, by the way. Hey! There goes the MacBook. I caught it. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're recording on a MacBook Light. It's so windy that even that's getting blown away.
Emphasis on light. The wind nearly blew it off the table. I'm holding it. Don't worry. So,
Yeah, it's
while
so
I'm
windy
holding
here
it,
that
let's
the
get
wind
the
is blowing me
standings
away.
updated.
The draft is super important on that back straight, and then the draft is honestly not as important on this front straight because it's a tailwind. Maybe they just need to put up some sails or something, and maybe they'll get that extra speed boost, but these are rental carts. I don't think you're allowed to bring your own equipment, such as sails.
Nah. I couldn't commentate on the standings, but there they were for those who wanted updated standings on the top 10.
Yep, standings are updated every lap, so...
Yeah, they only update when they cross the finish line. But that's okay. That's where my race suit recognition comes in.
Yep. Oh, that all-important race suit recognition. It looks like Thomas is getting a little bit of a gap onto Davidson. And then in third place, we have...
Third place is Davidson.
Oh, third place is
from
Davidson?
From the top, we got Thomas, Spencer, and Davidson. That's a current podium. Stephen Barrett is gunning for Davidson for that 4th spot. Sebastian really is in 5th place and really wants to catch up. Paulo in 6th, making a move on Todd and makes it stick. Todd,
But
can he
Todd
fight
with
back?
the undercut.
It looks like it, but they're side by side. Paulo has the inside going into 2, and that's going to be a pretty clean move from Paulo. There's not much fighting you can do from there. But Sergey's right behind Todd. We've seen Sergey and Todd scuffle quite a lot. These two seem to have a big rivalry going on as Paulo spearheads this squabble of cars going into roller coaster. And they all line up and tail each other. We got a big battle in the back going into roller coaster. It looks like Manny's making some positions up from the bottom 4, so it's good to see.
And it looks like 4th place is catching up to 3rd place right now.
Oh, yeah. That would be in 4th place is Stephen Barrett, catching up to and tailing Davidson Mann, who is in 3rd place.
Yeah, I haven't seen Davidson Mann on the podium in a while.
You don't say his name. You jinxed it. No.
He'll make it.
Now he has to make it. We've jinxed him every race.
I believe in him. He can do it. But I also really believe in Thomas, who's still leading this race, and for the last 3 races, he's been putting on stellar performances, and I just think he's so deserving of a win right here, as he's just been very consistent in leading the race and being able to make the moves happen that need to happen, and with the defense, being able to hold off Paolo Pettini in the last race up until the very last lap.
So, a note about the wind. The strong headwind down the back straight does make a difference. We didn't get it on camera, but in the LCQ, Randy was definitely getting a major slipstream with the headwind down the back straight. So this headwind, which is a tailwind down the front straight, it really does have an impact on your performance. You can gain about maybe 0.5 to 1/10 a lap, which just based on slipstream alone. So you wanna be in a good position when the wind blows, which the wind, I'm not sure if the microphone's picking it up, but the wind is definitely gusting.
Yeah, it's been at least 20-mile-per-hour gusts of wind up here.
That's pretty fast, but yes, if it's enough to nearly blow down the canopy, nearly blow people's hats off, blow the MacBook around.
It's unbalanced to me. The wind is so intense up here, But I will say there is a story developing here as the top 4 close in on each other. This will be the fight for the podium, with one of these people not making it, as Stephen Barrett is closing in on Davidson Mann. Davidson Mann is going to have to bring in those defensive capabilities to not get bested by Stephen, and Stephen's going to have to throw some attack moves, of course, obviously, to overtake.
Worth noting, Paulo is currently in 6th. He's our championship leader. So everybody leading the race right now wants to maximize their point gain to bring that gap down as much as they can for this championship battle.
I will say Paulo's in 6th, actually.
Paulo makes an overtake.
But he makes the overtaking roller coaster, so now he's 5th.
Yep, Paulo's now in 5th and is hunting the leaders. That was Sebastian that got overtaken. And in 7th is Todd. 8th, William Yee. 9th, Sergey. 10th is Ryan Gowan. 11th is Harb. And the Menacing Minions helmet.
Yeah, the Menacing Minions helmet. Let's get a good look at that.
Terrifying.
It's a wonderful
We have a 4-way battle into 5. Top. Look at the leaders.
4-way battle into 5. They have close together, and now this is
They're all
Things are
imploding.
blowing up.
While we were too busy being distracted by the Minions helmet, everything happened. So, a quick update. Spencer took the lead. Yeah, Spencer took the lead. Davidson's battling Spencer for the lead. Thomas is on the inside of turn 2 here.
Fighting
fending
back.
off Stephen Barrett, who's still in 4th. And all that fighting is just allowing Paulo to catch up. So while they all want to maximize the amount of points they get, if they all fight too hard, Paulo is just going to come in and do what Paulo does best.
Yeah, and this is the penultimate race of the season. After this, there's only one more race of the winter season, and that'll determine who gets to step on the podium again for those championship points. So, at this point, it really is all boiling down. There's only this race and one more to get as many championship points as you can, so you can get a chance at that podium.
As we see them coming down through bus stop now, they are tailing each other. We have a Davidson train. Davidson took the lead of the race.
Davidson took the lead?
Yeah, the top 3 are wearing white and red color schemes. It's very difficult to tell who's who at a distance, but at certain parts of the track, I can discern them apart. Davidson currently has the lead of the race.
How did that happen? He was in 3rd last I checked.
So let's see. We're about, I'd say, halfway through the race about. But yeah, it's all to play for. I'm not sure if Paulo's gaining on them, but he's definitely gapping Sebastian, who's in 5th.
It definitely looks like he's gaining. I will say that.
So, top 4 update. We got Davidson, Spencer, Thomas, who makes a move on the outside, and Stephen Barrett. That's our top 4. In 5th, we got Paolo Pettini. I might as well get the standings up while I'm listing them off. The current race standings, now that they've just passed the start line, they have been updated. And Stephen Barrett goes on the inside, atop of the world, to make a move. and it doesn't quite stick.
Yeah, he's
but
stuck on the outside of the top of the wall.
Paulo is
there.
catching up to this train. Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Oh dear indeed.
Oh dear indeed.
Yeah,
Paulo,
he's definitely catching up.
the current champion by a whole race lead, I believe.
Gentlemen, you might want to give it full throttle because Paulo's coming.
Yeah, he wants to continue his win streak. He got his win last race, but if he wants the win streak, he does need to win again.
Now, Steven recognizes Paulo's right behind him, and he's giving Thomas the bump draft down the back.
Yeah, especially
So
with that
Steven-
insane draft that you're getting on the back straight.
Oh yeah, Steven is playing this very smart, in my opinion. Because even though Paulo has the pace, once Paulo gets in the mix, it's anyone's game.
And at this point, I will say, now that Paulo is caught up, we have a 5-way battle for the lead across the front straight.
Thomas has a look around the outside, doesn't quite fancy it, but Paulo has caught up to the 5-way battle. Paulo has now made it a 5-way battle for the lead. Paulo has caught up to the train. Davidson leads Spencer, leads Thomas, leads...
At one point, Thomas was in the lead of the race.
Yep, but he's...
Yeah, things fell apart in turns 5 and 4, it looks like.
So the trick is to get distracted by the minion's helmet and everything's going to explode. Let me do that really quick.
Yeah,
All right, did things explode?
I don't know, I didn't zoom in on it. Where's that minion's
You
helmet?
don't need to zoom in, I was being facetious.
That looks like someone else.
So they're pretty calm. The top 5 going into turn 5. We have the other half of the top 10.
Yeah,
get
we
those
have two
names
5 battles for the lead of their
The
respective
5-way
groups.
battle for 6 is William, Todd, Sebastian, Sergey, and Kirk.
Yeah, good racing all around. There's so many groups coming together. When you have these 24 kart races, there's just always action. And especially near the front here, as we get the best of the best who make it to the final, who race their hardest, and who earn their spots on the top. Try to duke it out to prove it that they belong in that top step of the podium.
Now, I believe we're starting to enter the late stages of the race. Paulo's going to need to pull the trigger sooner rather than later if he's going to want to steal the lead of the race. If anything, Paulo might be able to afford to wait for things to explode in front of him, but if everything explodes on the final lap, passing 5 people in one lap is...
Quite difficult.
To
That's
say the
that's the
least.
difficult with draft trains. It's really hard to get by. You just have to hope that the person in second place is able to get by, and then it just blows up from there. And then
So-
you're able to start getting into more duel-based environments. And it looks like Steven is falling off a little bit, just from that little gap alone. But the draft might pick up here, and they're going to squeeze together like a little bit of an accordion. As the musical notes lead into turn 3, no overtakes are done. They all stay in line.
Yeah, we got a little side-by-side action going into 2, but Thomas backs out. He tried to be cheeky, but he knows. Thomas knows if he tries to make a move on and it doesn't stick, he's going to fall back 2 spots. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That is not how you move forward. It's how you move backwards. Top 10 quotes, everybody. Paulo looks to get the best racing line possible through roller coaster as everyone else goes defensive. Paulo knows he can take the better lines because there's no one behind Paulo to pressure him. So Paulo has the least to lose.
Oh, and there's 2 by 2
Oh, boy.
going on in second and third place
Here
as
we
they
go.
go around light bulb. Things are blowing up now. Through
dear.
light bulb they go. Paulo takes the opportunity, gets by Stephen Barrett. Stephen Barrett stuck on the outside. He goes through the grass, but Paulo gives the position back. I think he pushed him off. And
it
Paulo
was
gives
so
the
hard
position
to
back
see
out
what
of respect.
happened. But if Paulo let him have the position back, then that must have mean that
Yeah.
no space was
Yeah.
left. So good sportsmanship from Paulo.
Yeah, great
that does mean
sportsmanship. Love to
William.
see it.
Yeah, William and his train followed very closely by Todd.
But it looks like the battle was all for naught, and it looks like that battle, that 5-place battle for 5th, has now turned into a 10-way battle or 7-way battle for 2nd, or for 3rd. 4th.
For my money, all the wind blew dust on the track of light bulb, and that's how things exploded so much. So that lets Thomas, who's in 3rd place, breathe a little bit. Davidson currently in 1st with a slight gap to Spencer in 2nd. And Thomas, as they cross the line now, I'm going to go ahead and get those timing sheets back up for you. They're going to update momentarily as they cross the line.
We got a
still
2-way
some
battle at
racing
the
to
back
go.
of this train here. Let's see how that goes. It looks like it's with Sergey and someone else, and Sergey holds on to the position or claims it.
Yeah, Sergey's fighting Kirk.
Yeah, Sergey gets that spot back with clean braking into roller coaster.
Very, very difficult to control overtakes in turn 1.
Yeah. The rain has died down momentarily. The sun is beating down as well.
Did you just say the rain? The wind has died down.
Has died down.
It hasn't rained yet. The forecast said wind, or the forecast said rain, but all we're getting is wind. So coming through turn 5, then through turn 4, it seems everybody is kind of settling down. Now's not the time to settle down, because we see the flag bearer bring out the white flag. When they cross the finish line, it will be the final lap. So here they come, coming round turn 2. They're going in the reverse direction today, which is why I'm calling the turns out backwards. This is turn 2.
And then into turn 1 they go, the big wide hairpin to
and they
finish
all
the
group
race.
up into a train for the final lap. It's all going to come down to this. Davidson, Spencer, Thomas, that's our top 3. Steven, Paulo, William Yee, that's our top 6.
So a 6-way battle for the lead here. Going into roller coaster. Yeah, everything's closed right up. They saw the white flag, and I guess they just put on that extra speed, that extra pressure. Maybe the draft helping him catch up, and it's 2 wide through top of the world. He's going to hang around on the outside, and now it's 3 wide going into... Oh, that was light bulb. Now we're going into top of the world.
Spencer's not buying light bulb, but Davidson doesn't want to give it up. Davidson has the advantage of his position going into bus stop and retains the lead. Spencer's still in second.
Thomas right in there on third.
Yeah, Thomas is still hanging in there in third. Stephen Barrett knows he can take third place if he could just get an opportunity. Paulo
and then Paulo in
fifth place. Who's going to get a good exit? They're all going to get a good exit down the back straight as the wind dies down. There's no slipstream anymore.
Well, it feels like it's picking up, but yeah, no, it just died down immediately right in there. So no slipstream onto this back straight with this huge train for the lead of the race. Is absolutely crazy that we're getting such a close pack at the top of the field here.
And here they come across the finish line. Checkered flag is being waved.
First place runs away.
Wins.
Davidson wins. First time in forever. He is not jinxed. He makes it across. And there's Spencer, followed by Thomas, followed by Stephen Barrett. And then Paulo, another race in 5th place. He only gets to drop 1 5th place position, but I don't think this is going to hurt his championship at all.
If anything, this will spice up the championship just that much more. We have a new race winner this season. Congratulations, Davidson. We didn't jinx you this time.
Yeah, we have 3 race winners this season with Ryan, Paulo, and now Davidson, and we're going to see that at the podium.
0.483 off the leader. Coming in 3rd place. Thomas Heathcock. Coming in 2nd place. We got down to the best lap of a 79.026. He was up battling from the 0.28 off the leader. Coming in 2nd, Spencer Foot. And take that top spot. And the best lap of the race at a 78.9. First win in this series, Davidson man. Woo! Ready? 3, 2, 1.
In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.